like that. It's fun. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to all of you joining us here in the chapel and on YouTube. I'm Katie Norris. I'm your worship leader for today, and our speaker is our own Reverend Landerman Zucker. We're especially glad to see those of you who may be with us for the first time and hope to see you again soon. I'd like to remind you to please silence your cell phone. I left my phone over there. That was going to be my thing. But please silence your cell phone and any other kind of electronic device that beeps, because it will if you don't silence it. Okay, land acknowledgement. Eastrose Fellowship sits on the occupied territory of the Clackamas Chinook people who were forcibly displaced from this land to the Grand Ronde Reservation in 1855. We acknowledge the sacrifices endured by the ancestors of this land, and that our presence here today is only possible because of the injustices committed against them. We recognize the inherent sovereignty of the Chinook Nation and Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, who carry on the traditions, history, and legacy held by their ancestors from time immemorial to this day. We seek meaningful relationships with these communities that foster repair. All right, so let's take a moment now and greet each other here today, both in the chapel and online. Please stand and face the cameras by the clock on the back wall and wave hello to our friends online, and then say hello to your neighbor. Guests, if you would like to share a joy or sorrow during that portion of the service, you can do it so by entering it in the YouTube chat, and those items will be shared aloud with everyone later. I also encourage you to identify yourself in the chat of YouTube so we can better acknowledge your presence here today. Responsive call to worship. I'll read the yellow, you will read the white. Give us the spirit of the child. Give us the child who lives within.
The child who trusts, the child who imagines, the child who sings.
The child who receives without reservation, the child who gives without judgment.
Give us the child's eyes, that we may receive the beauty and freshness of this day like a sunrise.
Give us the child's ears, that we may hear the music of mythical times.
Give us a child's heart, that we may be filled with wonder and delight.
Give us a child's faith, that we may be cured of our cynicism.
Give us the spirit of the child, who is not afraid to need, who is not afraid to love. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud inside. Stop raining. Everybody's in a play, and don't you know it's a beautiful new day? Hey, running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city, on the streets where once was pretty Mr. Blue. Sky is living here today. Hey, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race. A celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we waited for. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue, you did it right. Buster was Mr. Knight, creeping over now. His hand is on his shoulder, never mind. I'll remember you this. I'll remember you this way. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you.
That was wonderful. All right, we light our chalice in the spirit of transformation. Nothing stays the same. Everything moving, shifting, changing. Guide us all to a wild and holy vision of our shared humanity.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Our opening words today are by my colleague, Lisa Friedman. It's a poem she wrote called One Wish. If you had but one wish, what would it be? Take time thinking about it. So much is at stake. An end to all suffering, a stop to all violence, a solution to poverty and all its ills. Would you wish for love? Would you wish for forgiveness or healing? Would you wish the world joy or the wisdom to change? Would you wish to understand everything or to know less than you do? Take your time thinking about it. So much is at stake. For a wish is a thought, and a thought is an idea, and ideas lead to commitment, and a commitment cries out for action. A wish can be a dangerous thing, something daring, and it need not be witnessed by the stars to come true. Let us be glad that we are not given just one wish in our lives, but many. Let us be grateful not for wishful thinking, but for the discipline of thoughtful wishing that can lead to change. What would you wish for? Our opening hymn is number 66, When the Summer Sun is Shining. That's in the gray hymnal. Please rise as you are willing and able.
Good morning. I have a question for you today. If you had one single wish, just one, what would you wish for? What's that? Something, not sure. Well, here's the catch. The one thing you can't wish for is more wishes. That is expressly forbidden. With only one wish, you would have to make it count, so it's a tough decision. In today's story, a young girl finds herself facing this very dilemma. She has some ideas for her wish, but it's not until she asks her friends for help that she begins to discover what might be the most perfect wish. So this is called The Perfectly Perfect Wish, written by Lisa Mantchev and illustrated by Jessica Courtney Tickle. Waiting for the school bus, I find something in the grass. At first, I think it's a marble or a penny or a four-leaf clover, but marbles and pennies and clovers are just ordinary things. And this is an extraordinary thing with just one rule: no wishing for more wishes, which means this is exactly one wish, no more, no less. I found a wish in the grass, I tell Susan, the bus driver. Just one, she asks, closing the door with a clang. Just the one, I answer. Think hard then, she says. It will need to be a perfectly perfect wish. I put the wish in my pocket and wonder what my perfectly perfect wish should be. I'm still wondering as I sit down next to Eliza. a blue ribbon at the horse show, a trip to Japan, real ballerina point shoes. So many choices, but only one wish. What would you wish for if you had a perfectly perfect wish? I ask Eliza. She knows right away. Whenever I see a shooting star, I close my eyes and wish for a puppy. I nod because a puppy is always fun, but we already have 2 dogs and a cat. What would you wish for if you had a perfectly perfect wish? I ask Mrs. Shue. She thinks about it for a moment. When I pick dandelions and blow all the seeds away, I wish for a little house for me and my family. I nod because my family has a very nice house. I even have my own room with bunk beds for sleepovers. What would you wish for if you had a perfectly perfect wish? I ask Mark in the lunch line. When I blow out my birthday candles, I wish my daddy would come home safe, he says. I nod because I don't have to worry a big worry like that. My daddy's a dentist. He goes to work in the morning and comes back every night. While I eat my lunch, I think about winning a blue ribbon at the horse show. While I run on the playground, I think about a trip to Japan. Getting on the bus to go home, I think about real ballerina point shoes. I want real ballerina point shoes now, but Miss Bartholomew says not until I'm 10, when my toes are strong enough. I want to go to Japan, but I could save up for it. I want a blue ribbon at the horse show, but not just because I wished for it. It's harder than I thought it would be to think of a perfectly perfect wish. When I think about Eliza's puppy and Mrs. Shue's house and Mark's daddy, all of my own wishes feel too small. So maybe I wish that everyone's wish comes true. Eliza's puppy, Mrs. Shue's house, Mark's daddy. I finally found my perfectly perfect wish. May our wishes make the world a little bit brighter. And now we say goodbye to Reverend Robin and the grown-ups and head back to RE. If the adults along the center aisle will form a bridge, we'll sing the children out.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
I invite you now into some quiet time with me. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, and uncross your arms, put your feet on the floor, and take one big inhale and exhale, and really feel that exhale, and feel it soften your face and your shoulders, your jaw, your neck, the space around your eyes. One more big inhale and exhale, and a release. Drop your shoulders, soften your face. We're going to begin some intentional breathing. 4 beats in slowly through your nose, 5 or 6 beats out slowly through your mouth in a rhythm that's comfortable for you, creating even more spaciousness and relaxation from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Feel your head lifted like there's a small string pulling it up in the center, and your feet firmly grounded to the earth. And just breathe. Continue to breathe while I offer these words. May you notice when you are happy. May it be a golden place in the center of your chest. May it turn up the corners of your mouth without your permission. May a laugh escape before you can hold it back. May you be the blue sky. Slowly come out of your breathing, and then one really cleansing exhale. We'll remain seated to sing our hymn number 338, I Seek the Spirit of the Child.
This reading is Zane's Fairy Wings by Karen Anderson. 4 years ago, I moved to a small town from New York City. At first, I went through stimulus withdrawal. No fresh bagels on the corner, no intellectual frenzy of conversation, no subways and taxis. Now I get clean air and expansive starry skies. I still miss many of the people I knew in New York. Their robust spirits often took hold of my own, like Zane. Zane was the little girl who lived on the top floor of my tenement. The year she was 3, Zane wore a crinoline slip under everything all year long. Her favorite outfit was a ruffled jean skirt, the crinoline peeping from under its hem, black tights with multicolored polka dots, and pink high-top Converse sneakers completed her getup. Sounds like Therese. But Zane's ultimate fashion signature was her fairy wings. She wore them on Halloween and from that day forward. In the midst of winter, dressed in crinoline attire and bundled to the hilt, her fairy wings fluttered from the back of her winter coat. For 1 year, the wings never left her. In my old neighborhood, folks didn't notice bizarre attire, or at least they pretended not to. People would outdo themselves to create unique looks. In New York, the odd is the norm and the normal is odd. Nevertheless, in this neighborhood of eccentric folks, we all noticed Zane. How could you not spot fairy wings? Zane served as the avatar of enlightened imagination. Zane taught me to appreciate the capacity children have to believe what they believe can be. Zane was a fairy that year, all year, living in whimsy wherever she went, the winged ideal of a free-spirited, uninhibited child. Summer's languid days are dwindling. Schedules and order now take over. The back-to-school hubbub has started. Need evidence? Come with me to Walmart and marvel at aisles of shiny laminate binders and 12-pack sets of number 2 pencils. There I am reminded of Zane and start my quest for my own fairy wings. So far, no luck, but I'm undaunted. When I do find them, I'll start a brigade. Any adult is welcome. You just need a desire to ignite that sacred childhood spark. But be forewarned, if you get there before me, just remember the pink ones with silver glitter are mine.
There's a time in each year that we always hold dear. Good old summertime, when the birds in the trees and sweet scented breezes. Good old summertime, when your day's work is over and you are in clover and life's one beautiful ride. No trouble annoying, each one is enjoying the good old summertime. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lanes with your baby mine. You hold their hand and they hold yours, and that's a very good sign. And there you're tootsie-wootsy in the good old summertime. To swim in a pool, you play hooky from school. Good old summertime. You play ring of Rosie with Jim, Kate, and Josie. Good old summertime. Those days full of pleasure we now fondly treasure, when we never thought it a crime to go picking cherries with face red as berries. Good old summertime. In the good old summertime, in the good old summertime, strolling through the shady lanes with your baby mine. You hold their hand and they hold yours, and that's a very good sign, and there you're tootsie-wootsy in the good old summertime. In the good old summertime.
During my interim ministry in Meadville, Pennsylvania, which is in proximity to Lake Erie, I found myself wistfully reminiscing about my childhood summers at Camp Wingfoot, just up the road a piece in North Madison, Ohio. Did you go to sleepaway summer camp? Who went to sleepaway summer camp? So anyone who's attended overnight camp and enjoyed it, which I did, knows how tough it is to say goodbye. At summer's end, the last week at Camp Wingfoot was always just downright grueling for me and my campmates. We knew in our hearts and in our guts that the summer was winding down, and soon we would have to pack up our medals and our memories and our mosaic trivets and our artwork with the burnt corners, if you remember all of that, or the burnt leather things we would make, into our shiny black trunks and say our aching farewells. Many of us had come to this Ohio outpost for many summers, pigtailed pilgrims from the comfortable enclaves of Cleveland, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, to ride horseback, to practice archery and riflery and tennis, to swim and water ski and camp out and sing. For 8 weeks, we worshiped at the muggy, buggy shrine of competition and camaraderie, complete with its shares of glories, betrayals, confessions, and redemptions. But there was more to it than that. We were bound up in an intricate web of genuine friendship and love. And we experienced this on a visceral level really too deep for a young girl to articulate. I suppose we knew back then that the journey would end for good someday when camp was ultimately stowed away in a memorabilia box to be hauled from one home to the other in our entire adult lives, and I still have mine. And during that last week of camp, all we could think about was this imminent parting and how we would find the resolve to let go. In between packing, signing one another's yearbooks, and engaging in marathon heart-to-hearts with our bunkmate, the last few days were filled with preparations for the wishing boat ceremony, a ritual held at dusk on the very last night of camp. Each cabin, from the wee 8-year-olds in cottage to the seasoned 15-year-olds in Star House, would fashion a boat for the event. So down at the beach or in the woods, you could happen upon scores of shipbuilders collecting buoyant pieces of driftwood, bits of bark, errant feathers, acorn caps, twigs, leaves, shells, and the like. In the craft barn, the competition for the glue, the paint, and the glitter was intense, but Helen, the elderly angel of the barn, would just smile and smooth down people's egos and scurry joyfully from one charge to the next. And frankly, the craft barn wasn't always this bustling, and Helen reveled in the reflective glory of the wishing boat preparations. On the fateful evening, our trunks packed, our eyes stinging with tears, our hearts bursting, we gathered around the pool's edge, already grieving the loss of summer's protected freedom, and draped in a stillness and a quiet of almost sacred proportion. It was so quiet, in fact, that you could hear Lake Erie lapping up on the shore, way down the hill, over the bridge, across the athletic field, and through the gap. One by one, each cabin lit the candles they had affixed to the deck of their boat, recited the cabin's wish, something corny and sweet, and launched their craft toward the center of the glistening turquoise water. By the time the oldest campers had completed this ritual, 13 boats would be gliding, bobbing, and twinkling like fireflies in the twilight, and we would all be sobbing. Inevitably, one or more or many of the boats would tip over or capsize. We'd giggle a little bit, but we never gloated about this misfortune because we were comrades above all, and we would never forget this magic, this wonder, this wishcraft. Even today, when I spot an odd orphan piece of driftwood on the beach, or I'm fortunate enough to encounter a flurry of fireflies, I'm likely to recall our ingenious and fragile wishing boats floating together in hopeful harmony across the inky surface of the Camp Wingfoot swimming pool. And I'm likely to remember the sweetness of our wishes, the corniness, the glorious simplicity and innocent profundity of it all. We wish for world peace, intones one cabin. We wish for happiness, chants another. We wish that no one would ever go hungry. We wish that we will always be friends, sighs a bug-bitten girl with tear-streaked freckles. Often during those wistful reveries, there comes the stinging moment when I'm cut to the quick by the realization that it's been a very long time since I've actually made a wish. A four-leaf clover, penny in the fountain, shooting star, rainbow connection, birthday candle, wish. Something corny, sweet, and simple, with no bottom line, no outline, no strategy, no hubris, no contingencies, just a wish. You see, I'm a grown-up now, and grown-ups make plans. We delegate and we time manage and we have goals. We ex-children aren't encouraged to buy into the Disney wishing star magic. We're more likely to invest in the company. And yet, living as we are in a society under duress, might we dare to wish? Might we dare to pursue wonder? Numerous surveys and polls have been conducted asking adults what they would wish for if they had a chance. And it probably won't surprise you to learn that the majority wish for more time and more money. In many cases, summer's wishes have turned into winter's expectations. Hopes and dreams are still acceptable. I can have those. In fact, hope is at an all-time premium these days. But wishes? They are a bit suspect, I fear, as lightweight and ephemeral as billowing dandelion seeds blown off a children's breath into a summer breeze, as fragile and unseaworthy as driftwood wishing boats in a summer camp swimming pool. They reside in the province of childhood's wishbone faith and tooth fairy trust. Yet, are our laser-printed, four-color, email-scanned, and AI-enhanced, well-laid plans any more sturdy? Can we actually depend on these mature and sensible agendas with consistent reliability? Sadly, we can't, and even our best-laid plans can crumble, and with them, our presumed mastery over the world. The pandemic was a very bold case in point. So why do we allow ourselves to devalue the wishes of our hearts and souls, the wishes and whimsy of the child who lurks within, providing us with joy or solace or wonderment? I'm reminded of my own daughter, Michaela, as a small child in sparkly fairy wings, running around our yard, one step ahead of her dad's lawnmower, zealously plucking up the puffy dandelions. A bouquet of wishes for her, a landscaping nuisance for us. Or one exquisitely clear night in Wellfleet on Cape Cod one summer when this same awestruck little girl looked up at the star-crested sky and exclaimed, "Oh my gosh, look at all those wishes." I had been trying to locate Ursa Minor and fretting about whether we were going to run out of suntan lotion. Now, I'm not suggesting that we chuck all of our adult responsibilities or our sensibilities and put our trust in doodlebugs or daisy petals. But what would be so awful if we engaged in a little more spontaneous wishcraft and a little less strategic planning? I imagine most of us have heard of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Children with life-threatening or terminal diseases are granted a wish. And no one suggests that these children abandon their treatment protocols in favor of Tinkerbell. On the contrary, the administering of that one special wish acknowledges not only the child's real suffering, but also that magic resides in this world too, even amidst the most abject misery. Sometimes we can't problem solve ourselves out of despair. Our managerial skills aren't going to wish away the sorrows either. We need to rely on something else for relief, something like faith, something like the spirit of the child who lives within, the child who trusts, the child who imagines and wonders, the child who wishes on a ginger snap in Sweden, on a filbert nut in Russia, on a Christmas pudding in England, on toads under a Welsh full moon, on enchanted evening stars the world over, and on wishing boats and summer camp swimming pools. Psychologists advise us to look for opportunities to amaze ourselves by staying open to freshness, wonder, gratitude, and awe, instead of getting bogged down in the weeds of life. Amazement is stress relief. It opens the heart and might encourage us to treat ourselves and others in our fragile world more gently. Researchers call this phenomenon unselfing, when we're able to draw ourselves smaller after an awe-inspiring experience. And this shift has big benefits. As you tap into something larger and your ego shrinks, so does your mental chatter. At the same time, your desire to connect with and help others increases, and overall life satisfaction grows. Being amazed also brings us into closer relationship with the inherent mysteries and gifts of existence. The author Rick Hansen remembers being jolted into this awareness when he caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror wearing a t-shirt with a picture of the galaxy with the words, "You are here," in its outer swirls. He tells us the doors of perception just popped open and it really hit me. Yes, we are actually here, alive and conscious on a big rock circling a bigger burning ball of gas. And I felt gratitude, he said, and I felt wow, and I felt something sacred wash through me, awe and wonder. Recently, I was fortunate enough to discover a beautifully decorated enamel tile on the kitchen wall at a friend's house. The inscription said, "If you want your ship to come in, build a dock." It's a good one. If you want your ship to come in, build a dock. In the background, against a brilliant glazed turquoise sky, is a small, bright red little dinghy with HMS Faith emblazoned across its hull. This proverb wisely points out that every hope, dream, or plan does require some action. To paraphrase, I'd suggest if you want your wishing boat to come in, believe. Blend your planning and your goal setting with some wonder, some faith, some amazement. A well-known fisherman's prayer laments, "Oh God, my boat is so small and the sea is so wide." And how many times have we all felt that way? Even so, believe in something other than bottom lines and absolutes. Sprinkle some fairy dust on your to-do list. A wishing boat is not a ship of fools. Think about the ailing Make-A-Wish children launching their wee vessels off solid docks of faith, despite the vast, tumultuous sea swirling around them. Maybe we should lobby Congress to enact a law requiring every grown-up in America to pack off to overnight camp each summer for 2 weeks of Kool-Aid and color wars, bonfires and bonding. Can you imagine the signs posted around Gresham? City Hall closed. We're off playing Capture the Flag. No dry cleaning till Labor Day. We're busy tie-dyeing t-shirts. Ballet classes canceled. We're out dancing with fireflies. Please make your bank deposits in the ATM. We've gone to make wishes with our lucky pennies. And at Blue Lake, kayak rentals suspended. We're off paddling wishing boats gently down a summer stream. Amen to that. Blessed be, blessed we, and amen. We will have the choir join us in singing Rainbow Connection. And we will think about the wonderful spirit of Kermit. Is the choir coming forward for that? Oh, okay, sorry, I misunderstood. We're going to sing Rainbow Connection. Please rise as you are welcome.
Songs about rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 dee da do, la 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 dee da do.
Each week, we take an offering to support this church and to share with a community nonprofit. Through August, half of our offering will go to NAYA, the Native American Youth and Family Center, which serves Native Americans from across the Portland metropolitan area. Their aim is to enhance the diverse strengths of youth and families in partnership with the community through cultural identity and education. They promote healthy living through positive alternatives to high-risk behaviors and promote the values of sobriety, family stability, culture, active lifestyles, and education. Our congregation is involved in several projects with NAYA, and we encourage you to check Petals or contact Karen Pyle, raising her hand, for ways to join this partnership. If you are attending online, you may donate by visiting our website and clicking the donate button, or you may scan the QR code on the screen. If you are here for the first time, we invite you to let the basket pass and truly be our guest. The gifts of the congregation will now be most gratefully received. Yeah. Please remain seated and sing our song of gratitude, number 1010 in the teal hymnal, We Give Thanks. The words will be on the screen. We extinguish this flame to remind us love is the center. As we explore and rest, engage and heal, love remains the center. When all we can see is cold ashes, love remains. All right, it's time for announcements, and I think Keen had something to say. When does he not?
Coming the line for a joke, but I'm not. This is simple. I am not going to be available on Friday for snowcap, which is from 3 to 5, because I'm going to be at my granddaughter's graduation ceremony. So as far as I know, Tim will be there, and he would love to have company. So show up 3 to 5 at the snowcap, and he has said that if he's the only one, he's the only one. He'll do whatever they tell him to do, which he's taking the day off, or half a day off. So come join Tim. Let's have a showing.
Thanks.
I can't do more than that.
All right, I didn't have any other announcements in front of me, so I'll just tell you that we are having our annual congregational meeting after service today. There is going to be some snacks in the narthex when we get them set up, but you should go grab coffee because we ended pretty early today, so the meeting's not scheduled to start till 12:30, and I would like to make sure that we at least try to be a little bit on time. I mean, we could go early, but I would like to, I don't want people to show up for a 12:30 meeting that's over. So I would say go have some coffee, have some of the snacks, come back in and members sign in. Staff cannot vote, but Ruth will be the person holding the clipboard. Members will need to sign in, and then we'll have our meeting. So please go and enjoy some coffee. But first.
So before we say our benediction, I have one last little bit from our famed Unitarian minister and writer Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, "This is my wish for you. Comfort on difficult days, smiles when sadness intrudes, rainbows to follow the clouds, laughter to kiss your lips, and sunsets to warm your heart. Let's say our benediction together. Go out into the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honor all beings. Go out in joy. Return in love. We'll see you back here for the annual meeting.